All right, everybody. Okay, we tried the FaceTime, and obviously that didn't work too well. So here I am live from Nairobi, although you'll get it a little bit delayed. But I just wanted to kind of, as I'm leaving the clinic right now, kind of let y'all see a little bit of what I see, and I'm going to talk about what I did today and that sort of thing. So as you can see, I'm just walking out. Boom, there it is, operating room. That's where we were in for a little while today. And I gotta remember how to get out of here. I think it's this way. But yeah, so they got this little clinic over here, and it's all on I just pulled on a push door, but it's called the Cure Clinic, and I'm gonna go and click it. Can I not turn the screen around? I guess not. Oh, boom, there's a sign right there. I got the Cure Clinic.
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
You are good?
Doing good, making a video.
Yeah.
Say hi.
So you are our doctor?
No, I'm an athletic trainer.
Sorry?
Athletic trainer, like a physiotherapist.
Okay.
Like
So
take care of the people after they get hurt.
So you are here in Cure right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just coming over to help out. So,
That's
but
good.
heading home for the night.
Okay.
But you have a good night, okay?
Same to you.
All right.
Karibu.
But so yeah, that was one of their security guards. But you can see here's a little picture of the compound behind me, and then right over here is one of the schools, and that's a little all-boys school that's there. And so we're right on what they call in the Rift Valley, and we drove up. We got in at like 11:45 last night, and drove and got here about 1:30, and stayed up and kind of saw the people that we were meeting. Dr. Jeff Malu, who's one of the main doctors that set this thing up, and how y'all doing?
Hi.
So we got set up and said hi to him and spent a little time with him last night, and then about 3 o'clock crashed, and then got up at 6 this morning, and went and had some breakfast, and went over to the clinic, and we were trying to just figure out what we needed to do, but we were unpacking some supplies and getting things lined up that way for the operating room. And then they called me and said that they wanted me to go over to the physical therapy area, and they had what they have on every Monday is a clubfoot clinic. So people come from all over, like from miles and miles away, like 50, 75 miles away, to come to this clinic, and because they can see a doctor, they can see physical therapists, and we evaluate them. And I was learning all this stuff too, because obviously we don't deal with this too much in the States, but they were evaluating them, and they use a scale based upon how their foot is. So that's something that y'all can go look at is, number one, what is a club foot? And number two, the process in which that it's fixed. So early in the baby's life, like literally within the first 12 months, if it possible, they really start to try to make little adjustments. So they'll put a cast on their leg, and because what happens is the foot, what we call supinates. So the foot turns in and almost can even turn up. And so what they want to do is, first they want to start to get that forefoot, where the head of the metatarsals, they want to get that pulled down, and then they also want to try to get that foot neutral, because another big problem that they have is their Achilles is so tight it's pulling their foot down into what we call plantar flexion. Like when you get up on your toes, that's called plantar flexion. And so they do that and they evaluate them, and they'll put them in a cast for a week, and then they'll come back, they'll cut the cast off and put them in another cast to try to make their arch fall down the way it's supposed to go, and leave them in that for a week. And then they come back, and then they get their third evaluation, and if they're progressing normally, then a lot of times what happens is a general surgeon comes in and actually cuts their Achilles tendon. He slices it in half. And at such a young age, like as adults or as, past maturity kids like y'all are, the Achilles tendon would like ball up. The calf would go into contracture. The gastroc and soleus would go into contracture. And so the Achilles tendon would come really far away from its attachment point. Well, in adolescents and infants like this, it's not like that. They can literally slice it in half and not have a problem with anything like that, and then literally put them in a cast, and then they force them in a dorsiflexion, which is like pulling your toe up towards your shin, and they put them in that position and cast them like that, and leave them there for a week, and then the Achilles tendon will scar down where it is, and now they have the range of motion, and then from there on they live the rest of their life and they have a normal foot. And so that was really cool. So we had, there were probably 50 kids lined up, and it was a lot different from what you would expect as a normal like physical therapy clinic. There were no computers. It was like everything was written on paper. They kept track of everything on paper, and communication was a little bit like not as, I guess, crisp and clean as how we have it in the States. But it was the kid would come in and they'd get the evaluation done and then go ahead and do the casting. So after watching 2 or 3 patients go through it, they asked me if I wanted to cast, and I was like, absolutely, yeah, let me get going, because I've done stuff like that before. So I started casting some kids, and did about 5 or 6 of them, and it was really interesting because they're kicking, screaming, crying, thinking that you're going to hurt them. They don't know any different, and especially this crazy freaking white guy that's sitting right here, and half of them probably never seen a white guy before. So it was really interesting. But so did that, and then Dr. Matthews came and got me, and they had a special surgical case, a little PCL tear with a LCL tear as well, and a posterior lateral meniscus tear. So it was a 33-year-old man that got hit while driving his motorcycle, so his entire leg got really jacked up pretty good. And so this was he had also had a fractured femur, and so they fixed that, and then they were going to give it a little bit of time, and now he did his first surgery. So they fixed his LCL today, and kind of just cleaned up the inside of the knee because it was pretty well demolished. Just a whole lot of it was hairy, but I got a lot of photos of that with my camera, so I'll show you all those when I get back. But yeah, so other than that, we did that case. That was about a 2-hour case, and then just finished up and tried to FaceTime with my first period class, and that didn't work out too well. But I think our Wi-Fi is a little shoddy, so I'm gonna upload these like I said. And then, but I just walked back, and this is where we're staying. Little house, but it's actually like connected to a whole nother house. That's somebody else's house, and then inside here is like a big old dining room, and then over here is like a living room, and then upstairs there's about 5 or 6 bedrooms. There was another mission came in and actually built this building so they could come in, but we are on the side of a mountain, and I'm not sure how well, maybe I can come over here and show y'all, but we're on the side of a mountain about halfway down, so it's They said 6 kilometers up and 6 kilometers down. I don't know what that means exactly, but it's a little ways up and it's a little ways down. And you can kind of see a little bit. It's a real foggy. It is the raining season. It's their summer and it's their rainy season. So today we had a really big downpour. But I told y'all we were on the middle of the mountain. Well, this is our view. Of the rest of the valley. So that's looking down at the base of the valley, and it goes all the way up. You can see the mountain out in the distance over there, and then kind of starts to belly down. And but that way is north, so that we're looking west. And it would be some phenomenal sunsets, but unfortunately it's really cloudy and really overcast. And I think it's calling for like 80% chance of rain every single day this week. But I got my rain boots and ready to go. So looking forward to seeing what tomorrow brings, and you know, hoping that we can continue to help as many people as we can, because it's really cool. And the people here, they are so nice. It's unbelievable. It's you know, they're running up to you. What's your name, man? Who are you? And most of them speak English. Most of the educated people speak English, and there's really not all that many uneducated people. But like today, there were some patients that came in from, you know, way out in the bush, as they call it, and they were speaking Swahili because they didn't know English. But for the most part, everybody here, they can speak Swahili, and then they can also speak English pretty well. So communication is not really a problem, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, earlier today I saw there was some baboons kind of right outside, right in this tree behind me. There was 2 baboons up in the tree, and then they scurried down there. They got some like a water runoff area, kind of like a little semi-canal, and then it opens up, and so really cool. I got some pictures, but I'll show you all those when I get back, and I think this will be the kind of the coolest thing to do as far as I'm concerned, and just kind of do a video every day, and telling y'all about, you know, what's going on and what I did, and you know, what I learned, because I'm learning as much as I hope to teach everybody from what I know and what I do. I'm learning just as much. So really cool stuff, and really excited. Tired as all get out, but we left Saturday morning at 11 o'clock from Pensacola, and like I said, landed Sunday night. It was an 8-hour flight from Atlanta to Amsterdam, and then a 9.5-hour flight from Amsterdam to Nairobi. So starting to wind down. I'm ready to go to bed, but I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, and y'all have a great day, and be good. Bye, y'all.